Racing in Grand Forks, North Dakota was a bit of a surprise, allowing Jim Koehler in Megabyte to rise to the top for the second time this season with another Dubby Racing Championship. Coming up, we watch as Dawson fights to hold the tour lead. He needs a minimum of 6 season points for the freestyle competition, and the pressure is on. This is the Race Rod Semi-Realistic Points Series, and this is Monster Jam! Hello everybody and welcome back to the Rorsrps channel. My name is Preston Vieira and I'll be your host as the Indy Madness Tour closes out their season in Alerus Center in North Dakota with our very first appearance here in channel history. We've already found our Dubby Racing Champion, now it's time for Freestyle. Be sure to stick around until the end of the video because tonight we'll be crowning our Tour Champion and our final 2 World Finals qualifiers for this tour. Remember, Rorsrps World Finals 2 is November 29th through December 1st, 2024. Tyler and Dawson Ryers will join me in the booth as we watch qualifying, last chance qualifier, racing, 2-wheel skills, and freestyle, all to crown our Season 2 World Champions. Don't miss it, don't skip it, don't save it for later. Be in the live premiere chat with us as we make more channel history. Get ready and stay ready. Now, let's jump into our freestyle action, starting with a look at our lineup. We'll see when everyone and your favorites will be hitting the track. Darren Migues in Wolf's Head is going to kick us off, followed by Dan Dahlgren in Iron Outlaw, George 20D10 in Chillin Villain, and Matthew Hood in Rage. After that, we got our substitute for the night making his debut, Darren Basil in Blockhead, followed by Jimmy Creten in Bounty Hunter, Cole Pecka in Amsoil Shock Therapy, and closing out the first half, it's Chucky Poking in Excaliber. Kicking off the second half, it's Cory Fisher, one-time freestyle champ in Blacksmith, Colt Durham in Plain Crazy, Kaylin Mauy in Jailbird, and Ed Eckert in Full Bore. And then our final 4 of the night, Jack Merkel, Vorian Prime, Giovana Hayes in Megalodon Fire, Jim Koehler in Megabyte looking for that double down, and Dawson Ryers in Shake Me, hoping to hold on to that tour leader spot until the end of the night. We'll see what happens here. Our first driver of the night has hit the track, Darren Migues in Wolf's Head. This season has not worked out the way that he wanted. Early in this season, shows 2 through 4, he was subbed out thanks to poor performance in the first show and sub DD Fender Protector taking multiple championships. Our first sub to ever get a double down was DD Live in the DD Fender Protector. So he was subbed out until show 5. He finally could make up some points, and since then he's been pretty middle of the pack, but he's been so far down in points he hasn't been able to climb the ladder much. He's already going into some donuts here in the back of the track. I'm looking forward to what he could bring out onto the track tonight. He's been pretty dead set on turning it up. He's been a solid freestyler throughout the second half of the season as long as he's been performing, but he needs to fill the clock, have a really good run in order to end up in the top 3 or even first place. But I mean, either way, he is locked out of the World Finals, bottom spot in overall points for the tour. Going around looking for that yellow racing lane. We saw this nice air over that one, but not much compared to the racing competition. We saw a lot of that similar air throughout the entire racing competition. It's nothing these fans are not used to. For tonight, look at the leap here over the center stack. Nicely done, and we're past the first half, I should say. He's been past the first 30 seconds for a while. If you don't know, you need to fill those first 30 seconds in order to get a score and in order to get any freestyle season points for the night. This being the last show of the season, it's probably not going to make much of a difference if you end up with a 0, but you don't want to end up with a 0, not just for yourself, but for the fans here who paid their money to see the show and see you show out for them. 30 seconds left on the clock. He's going for the box truck, a massive sky wheelie from Darren Migues. Wow. Right over the van stack as well. A beautiful combo. Solid run from Darren Migues. It looks like he's going to be filling the clock. 15 seconds. A lot could happen still, but looks like he is well on his way to a full clock tonight. Closing out the season with a strong high note here And here he goes, final jump of the run, right up the center, big sky wheelie over that jammer and over the buses, and that is gonna do it. A 30.86 for Darren Migues in Wolf's Head to open up the freestyle competition, one of his better runs of the season. Nicely done, stuffs it right there. I'm pretty sure that wasn't what he was trying to do there. But he's gonna keep burning it down for the fans. It looks like he's hyped to close out the season with a full clock, and I am hyped for him. You know, a lot of these runs, especially, you know, early in the season, first show of the season, he went out with, you know, a very short clock. Oh my goodness. Wow. What a save. And looks like that's where he's gonna close it out. What a way to cap off the season for Darren Migues. Beautifully done. Dan Dahlgren and the Iron Outlaw hitting the track next. Looks like he's going to go for a sky wheelie here. A nice opening. 2 minutes on the clock for Dan Dahlgren. Nice big vertical sky wheelie there. We'll see what he can do out here on the track. If he can fill the clock, that's been the main thing plaguing Dan Dahlgren all season. He has some great runs, some incredible moves, but filling the clock has always been a challenge. Look at this, already up on one wheel. Oh my goodness. What a save there from Dan Dahlgren. Beautifully done. I have no idea how he pulled that out. He's looking like Weston Anderson out here in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Gonna go for that racing lane. Again, not too much bigger, not much different, really, than what we saw in the racing competition. Hit a hit right up the center, though, with some nice air. Big jump there in the center of the track. A massive launch on one side, and you've got that jammer on the back side of it that is going to send these trucks to the stratosphere. And I am nervous to see what's going to happen towards the end of the night, because as we move through the night, drivers just get bigger and bigger to try and fight for that top spot. I'm curious, we're halfway through this run already. Is Dan Dahlgren going to fill the clock? Can he grab the lead? When he can fill the clock, if he can fill the clock, he has some solid runs. Oh, look at this. Ending off the season the way he started it. He brought that move out in Cameron, Texas, the first show of the season, walking a wheelie right over the bus stack. Beautifully done. Look at the cross thread here from Dan Dahlgren. Little slap wheel. He's getting in trouble here, though. Getting really close to the wall. Manages to keep it in bounds just slightly there. Almost had a shut off there, but they let him get it down on all fours. Let it keep running. Nicely done over the box truck as well. Making it look easy out here. Nice air over the backside of the racing lane as well. 5 seconds left. Not much time for anything crazy, but he is going to go for a cross thread here. Look at this big sky wheelie. Up and over it. Stuffs the front end on the landing, but it ends up down on all fours. It's going to be a 32.38. So Dan Dahlgren, second driver of the night, grabs the lead. Look at him going crazy here down at the bottom of the track. Oh my goodness. He's going to go right up the center here. Getting air this time. Nicely done. Nearly a perfect transfer there. A little too much of a hit on the rear tires on the landing, but hey, still on all fours, still showing out for the fans. We got a bicycle. Look at this, walking it all the way down the track, trying to toss it into a sidewall spin, but it doesn't work for him. Down he goes. But a 32.38 is not bad. A great run from Dan Dahlgren. That save at the beginning was incredible. Next out on the track, George 20D10 in Chillin Villain, looking for his first freestyle championship. Look at the air to kick off the run, but he's getting himself into a tight spot there. Running nearly right into the box truck, but he gets it reversed and looking for his next move. He's on to the next one here. Big air. That's the kind of air that we didn't see in the racing competition. Nicely done from George 20D10. He's a one-time racing champion from this season. Managed to get the racing championship in Charlotte, North Carolina. Beautifully done as well with that. First 30 seconds are complete. We'll see if he can get a full freestyle clock. Maybe he can get his first freestyle championship here in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Gonna go right back for that center hill. Nice big leap here. Not much of an opportunity for this truck to nose over too hard like we're used to seeing, especially early in the season when George was getting used to his truck. Look at this little bicycle right into a cross thread. Real ragged edge there. Beautifully done. Able to get it down on all four BKTs. A minute down. Oh my goodness. There's him nosing over hard there. Manages to catch those front tires and not the chassis. able to bring it down on all fours. Dangerous move there, though, from George 20D10. But, hey, a little ragged edge never hurt. Points will be on his side if he can fill the clock. Another great slap wheelie there from George 20D10. He's definitely not happy with his performance throughout the season. But talking to George, he is grateful for the opportunity to be driving with ROR SRPS. He's had a lot of fun, so it's all in good fun here. Nobody has been targeted. There's no bias in scoring. We're just here to have fun, man. And, you know, being locked out of the World Finals is unfortunate, but he still gets to stick around and be a part of the festivities. He will be in the pit party. He'll be enjoying the show from the stands. It's going to be great, guys. Do not miss the World Finals. But George slinging that truck around, going wild here in these final 5 seconds. Great final move there, and that's going to be a 31.75 as he tosses the truck. Oh, my goodness. Trying to get a save similar to what we saw. Oh, they shut him off. I was going to say he's going to get it. But similar to an attempt that we saw from him in Mount Pleasant, he was able to save it there. And that put him pretty high on the leaderboard. 31.75, not too bad here tonight. Matthew Hood in rage, getting us started. The first of our Team Scream drivers, the only one of the Team Scream drivers that is locked out of the World Finals on this tour. Going big here for the box truck early, going down though. Back on the sidewalls, able to give it a shot. Bringing it back onto the rear tires and able to set it down on all fours. Matthew Hood in rage. One of the better starts of a run, I would say. I don't know if it was a very fortunate start, but he was able to save it. And that is going to look great on the scorecards at the end of the run. First 30 seconds are complete, luckily. So a score will be coming in at the end of this run. What a sky wheelie there as well in the combo over the racing lane. Nice little leap over the racing lane there. Gonna cross it up. Kind of an awkward hit there. I wouldn't say ragged edge. A little awkward though over the racing lane and that van stack. Another awkward hit there, but a nice bit of air on that racing lane hit. Ooh, beautiful moonwalk. Look at that. Halfway through this run, Matthew Hood in rage has been pretty solid this season when it comes to the racing competition. In freestyle though, he seems to have struggled a little bit. He looked promising early in the competition, but throughout the rest of the season, it just hasn't been in the cards for him. Nicely done over the van stack, nosing over pretty hard. Look at the big slap wheelie there, mirroring what he did, or what Dan Dahlgren did on the red side of the track. Look at that beautiful little sidewall save. Matthew Hood's having a great run, man. This could take the lead here early in the competition. Massive leap over the jammer there. That was huge. That's the biggest air, at least the most, distance we've seen on that jump so far tonight. Look at this backflip attempt from Matthew Hood. Able to get it down on all 4 BKTs, and he's still going wild. Little awkward hit there. Oh, yep, going over, and they're going to shut him off there. But what a run. Rolls it right at the 0 mark. That's going to be a 35.13, a big lead on the competition here to kick off the night. Really, it's only 3 points, but major 3 points. Once you get past 35, it is really hard to top. Even 34 is a really hard score to top, at least from what we've seen throughout the season. Our sub for the night, though, Darren Basil in Blockhead, needs a freestyle win if he wants to see the last chance qualifier event. Can he get it is the question. Looking for a nice way to start off his freestyle run, saying hello to the fans, giving him one last look at this Blockhead truck before he potentially tears it up. Looking for that freestyle championship. A big leap there over the racing lane, the biggest air we've seen on the racing lane tonight. Nicely done. Coming around for the yellow lane, that finishing jump. Solid little slap wheelie, nothing too crazy. Darren making his appearance. He's kind of an unproven driver here in the season. In the Season 2 qualifiers, he struggled a lot. He had a few attempts to qualify for the Season 2 main field, was unable to do it, even fell off of the bridge once, and that was unfortunate. A hard hit there for Darren Basil, but making his debut, going out in round 1 of racing, not the best start here in freestyle. He's having a solid run though so far. Nice big leap over the center obstacle here. Big air over those buses. He's in trouble here on 2 wheels. Oh my goodness. Going down. And yep, nope, that's not going to be a save there. A minute and 5 seconds still left on the clock. It's only going to be a 17.5. No freestyle win, so it doesn't look like Darren is going to be making the last chance qualifier event in the World Finals. Jimmy Creten and Bounty Hunter, another driver I would love to see in the World Finals, but the points have just not been on his side this season. We'll see what he can do here in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Just putting on a show for the fans. 2 minutes on the clock. A big sky wheelie there, nearly going over backwards. Similar to Dan Dahlgren and his, riding those two wheels across the top of the buses. Bringing out that two extreme style here in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Spinning that truck around. Looking for the racing lane. Going for that typical racing lane air. That's not going to get him many points with the judges here in Grand Forks, North Dakota, just because they're so used to seeing it from the racing competition. A lot of drivers getting just enough air to land on the downside, get a smooth transition to the floor. There's some air though from Jimmy Creten. Nicely done on the yellow lane this time. What is next? He's going to finish out the yellow lane lap here, going for the finishing jump and looking for a nice little slap wheelie. Can't really walk it out too much. If you're going to walk it out, you need to land really close to the downside of that racing lane to get a nice long walk towards the barriers. You're going to come up on them too fast if you jump too far. Nice big leap here again. Looking for a slap wheelie. Able to knock it out of the park. Completely vertical there for a second, but again, you can't walk it out too far. Look at that. Oh my goodness, standing it straight up and down on the top of the box truck for a second there. Jimmy Creten having a good run. 35 seconds left on the clock. Can he lock in a freestyle championship? That would be his first this season. Look at this air. Again, following in the footsteps of Dan Dahlgren, his teammate from the 2 Extreme camp. Oh, wow. Going over. And that is going to be done. 20 seconds still left on the clock. What a way to go out, though. That's only going to be a 27, so not the bottom spot, but he is second to last so far tonight. Matthew Hood and Rage still in that lead with that 35. Cole Pecka, Amsoil shock therapy, hitting the track next. He started out the season the runner-up in freestyle as well as the runner-up in racing. We'll see if he can get up to first place here in Grand Forks. Solid way to start off the run. Just a nice little bit of air on the backside of the racing lane. Beautifully done over the van stack as well. Able to keep it down on all fours, and that's really the most important in these first 30 seconds. You do want to see them announce their presence. You do want to see these drivers go big, pull something crazy out. But if you go too big early in the run, you're really putting yourself at risk of not seeing through those first 30 seconds, and that is going to... Oh, uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. Wow. I mean, he tried it. He stuffs it right into the box truck. He's going to go right back for it, though, with some nice air up and over it. Clearing it easily. You just got to be careful, man, is my point. You go over, like I said, tonight it doesn't really matter as much, but you still want to fill those first 30 seconds for the fans and for the score. You know what I mean? And after that, you can turn up the dial, especially here after this first, after the halfway point, after the first minute goes by. You can really turn it up and really try to stretch your legs out here on the track. Nice slap wheelie right into the racing lane. Oh my goodness. Wow. Cole Pecka channeling Tyler Meniga here in Grand Forks, North Dakota. What a save off of the one front tire. Beautifully done. 30 seconds still on the clock. He's going to give it a backflip attempt. He stuffs the front end though. Hard hit on the roof, but able to bring it back around. They're going to let him continue. No shutoff here in Grand Forks for Cole Pecka. Going to cross thread with some nice air there as well. Little ragged edge here. He's in trouble right in the corner of the track, and he's going to lay it down. 10 seconds, 9 seconds still on the clock there. There's going to be a 30.5. Great run for sure, and I'm sure that save had a lot to do with that score. That was a wild save from Cole Pecka. We'll see what his teammate can do here. Chucky Poking in Excaliber taking the track, reigning freestyle champion from Mount Pleasant. He's looking to do it again, go back to back. He is riding the line for a freestyle, or for a World Finals qualification. I don't know where freestyle came from. He's riding the line for a World Finals qualification, but I'm leaning towards him not being able to get to it just on account of his points. He would 20 points wouldn't really put him too high. And when it comes to the top 6, at least, I'm unsure. A big leap there from Chucky Poking, having to really hit those brakes to get it stopped before the barriers. That's going to slow his early momentum, but we still got a whole run ahead of us here in the freestyle competition. We'll see what Chucky Poking can bring out for the fans, especially after his teammate, Pecka, just came out and absolutely dominated with that massive save, an incredible save there. Look at this slap wheelie right into a combo onto the nose with a stoppie. Beautifully done, crossing those first 30 seconds. So a score will be coming in. He's in trouble here, over, but back down on all fours. The sudden impact racing guys did not come to play in freestyle tonight. They want to close out the season with a bang, and they are doing just that. Just about a minute left on the clock as we go into some donuts in the top corner of the track. Massive leap there over the van stack as well. And we have just hit the halfway point. What is next for Chucky Poking, and can he fill the clock unlike his teammate, Pecka? Big stuff there. Not really what he wanted to do for sure. Oh my goodness. Real ragged edge here, looking for a save. Looking for a similar save to Pecka, and almost got one. But 40 seconds still on the clock here tonight. That's only going to be a 23.25. Not able to top the leaderboard. Not able to top his teammate, Chucky Poking. Will not be seeing the World Finals this season. If you're enjoying the freestyle competition, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Do not miss the final show of the season on the All-Star Challenge Tour. Also, do not miss the World Finals November 29th, 30th, and December 1st. It's going to be insane. Matthew Hood in Rage still leads with a 35.13. Iron Outlaw Dan Dahlgren 32.38. And Chillin Villain still holding the podium with a 31.75. Darren Basil Blockhead, our sub for the night, still holding on to the bottom spot with a 17.5. I got a feeling only a 0 would take the bottom spot aside from that, so it's not looking good for Darren Basil. Cory Fisher, though, Blacksmith, a one-time Dubby Freestyle champion, hitting the track. He has turned up the dial massively in the second half of this season. Really looking for that World Finals qualifying spot. He is 2 positions away right now from that qualifying spot. We'll see if he can grab it. He's already locked in as a 2-wheel skills competitor. Look at the leap there over the racing lane for Cory Fisher. He's already locked in as a 2-wheel skills competitor. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what he can bring to the competition there, but I would love to see him in the main field. He would burn it down in the freestyle competition in the biggest stage of the year, and it's just a dream of mine. I gotta say, Blacksmith getting back into the World Finals. We'll see if he can make it happen tonight. He's already passed these first 30 seconds, so a score will be coming in. We'll see how much he turns up the dial and what that gets him in the scorecard at the end of the run. Looking for the red racing lane now. Nice big leap there as well. Cory Fisher airing it out on the racing lanes, which is really one of the smallest hits that we have out here on the track. Right up the center with some nice air. A beautiful transfer as well. A minute down, a minute left on the clock. We got a cross thread here over the van stack. Oh, not able to hold up that. Oh, but we're going here in reverse. Down we go and back onto all fours. Cory Fisher riding it out, able to get back on all fours, not fighting it, just letting the truck do what it needs to do. And he ends up in a great spot with that little slap wheelie there, but can't really walk it out. Gets himself into a corner. We got a reverse move here, though. Another one from Cory Fisher. Great landing there. Kind of rickety, a little ragged edge, but he's back down on all fours with 20 seconds on the clock. A lot can happen if you use it correctly. Can he take the lead from Matthew Hood in Rage? A couple donuts. He's going to pop it up onto the sidewalls here. His second bicycle of the run. Trying to go side to side. Able to get it down on all fours, though. And he's going to close the run out with a big cross thread here. Nice air. Kicking it up onto the sidewalls again. And that is going to set him down on all fours. It's going to be a 31.38 for Cory Fisher in Blacksmith as he throws it up on the rear end. Oh, you're kidding me. He ends the run on the wheelie bar. Cory Fisher in Blacksmith. turn it up here in Grand Forks, North Dakota. What a way to close out the season. We'll see at the end of the night if he made it up into World Finals qualifier territory. He's very close, but close but no cigar, you know what I mean? That is a saying for a reason. We got to see what happens here. Colt Durham in playing Krazy, one position closer than Cory Fisher right now. We'll see if he can do it as well. Getting us started with an insane sky wheelie. Oh my goodness. And he's going to pop. Oh my God, dude. Colt Durham rocking out the stoppie there somehow. I don't know how he doesn't have the wind knocked out of him, man. Wow. What a way to start the run. 20 seconds down. We'll see if he can fill these first 30 completely and get a score on the board for the end of the run. Absolutely, and he's going to cross those first 30 seconds in the air as well. Some nice air over that yellow double in the racing lane. Got a center hit here as well. Colt Durham, another driver that's really stepped it up in the second half of the season. Didn't like his performance, so he made a change, and it worked for him. Unable to get a championship in either competition, don't get me wrong, but an improvement is an improvement. What a great save there, keeping that truck out of trouble. Saw some negative angle there for a second. I was worried he wasn't going to be able to bring it back around, but he was down on all fours with 55 seconds on the clock, just under halfway to go for this run. We'll see if he can get down to 0. Coming around for the center stack. Big hit over the jammer. Some of the biggest air of the night so far. And able to keep that truck controlled and, get it stopped before the barriers as well. That's a big move. Doesn't take a lot of effort, but it does. You do need to know your surroundings. You do need to know your truck in order to get it stopped on a dime like that. Nice little cross thread move there from Colt Durham. Just hitting things in a unique way. You'd love to see it. It looks like he's going to chuck it into some donuts maybe here. Yup. 15 seconds on the clock for Colt Durham in playing Krazy. A solid run going so far. Will this be enough to top Matthew Hood? A backflip could seal the deal for him. He's going to go for it. Beautifully done. Down on all fours. It's going to be a 32.88, so not enough to top Matthew Hood in rage. That first backflip of the night that no one expected him to hit. No one expected those buses to pop you up into a backflip. Look at this, though, from Colt Durham. And he's going to lay it down. Playing Krazy goes down. Not enough for the lead, but a great run nonetheless. Really, no one expected those bus ramps to get you a backflip. Matthew Hood pulled it out, and it was a shock to the judges. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Any bit of uniqueness, anything that can make that run feel yours, feel like you can get it from no other driver, no other place, that'll do well for you. Kaylin Mauy going big over the bus stack to get us started with a beautiful transfer. Kaylin has been no slouch this season. Right now in World Finals qualifier territory, she wants to hold on to that final spot. Can she is the question. A great save there. Able to bring it down onto all 4 BKTs in a tough spot, really. I wasn't sure if those back tires were going to grip, but yep, she got it down. Stuffs it into the backside of that racing lane. 30 seconds down. So score will be coming in as she walks out a great moonwalk here. Nicely done. We'll see what's next for her, man. 1 Dubby Racing Championship under her belt this season. 1 finalist position, or runner-up position, I should say, as she gets some nice air there. And 3, including tonight, 3 semifinal positions in the racing competition. In freestyle, she's been a little bit of an underperformer. Big stuff that throws her up onto the rear end. That's kind of a hard hit there for Kaylin Mauy, but we're halfway through this run, and she's looking for her first freestyle championship. She wants to lock it down before the end of the season. Can she get it done is the question. A nice little slap wheelie there, but she definitely needs to turn up the dial and get away from stuff in the nose if she wants to see a freestyle championship. Nicely done here, little cross thread. She's in trouble though. Nice save from Kaylin Mauy. 30 seconds still left on the clock. What else can she bring out? Can she secure that Dubby Freestyle Championship to cap off what was a great season in terms of racing performance, at least, for Kaylin Mauy? Uh-oh. Got a reverse move here over the box truck, though. Look at this, a massive reverse sky wheelie. trying to ride out the bicycle in reverse as well. Can't quite get it back up. But now she's just going crazy out here, hitting anything she can. And that is going to do it. A 30.55, not enough for the lead. Not too great of a score either. I mean, solid, above a 30. Down she goes. Wow. Chucking that truck. And that is going to do it. Above a 30, but not the greatest score we've seen tonight. Curious to see how the rest of the night is going to go. We're already in the second half, man. Wow. Ed Eckert in full bore. Looking to hold on to his World Finals qualifying spot. We'll see what he can do here. Big leap over the racing lane there. Nice little slap wheelie as well on the landing. We'll see what Ed Eckert can do here in North Dakota. 3 freestyle championships under his belt so far this season. Granted, they were in the first half of the season. Look at the air there from Ed Eckert, man. Wow. They were from the first half of the season, but Ed Eckert is never a slouch when it comes to the freestyle competition. He can go too big and end the run early, but that doesn't mean he's going to underperform. He is going to blow the roof off of this place no matter what. Look at this cross thread from Ed Eckert going crazy, and down he goes. And he's not going to be able to get a save, partially due to that flattened left front in the that he got on the landing. That's going to be a 15.63. So we do get someone below Blockhead, Darren Basil, but still not the best performance from Blockhead tonight. Full board down. Jack Merkel in Vorian Prime looking for a freestyle championship. That would be his first of the season. That would make him a one-time Dubby Racing and Dubby Freestyle champion. Nice big leap there. Going to pop it up into a momentum stoppie to kick off the run. Nicely done, trying to get it away from the bounds line there, and he does just that. 1:45 seconds left to go here, a long time on this track. I'm very curious to see what Jack Merkel is going to bring out for the freestyle competition. Nicely done completely. Oh, they're allowing him to keep going, but you got to be careful. I'm assuming that's the warning for Jack Merkel. You don't want to end up going out into the pits like that. We do have some crew back there. It is unsafe. You will get shut off. Try to keep it on the track as well as possible. Jack Merkel, definitely somebody who knows that. I'm not putting it past him. I'm just informing the audience. You do not want to head out past the bounds line too far. You want to keep it on the track, fill the clock, have some great moves, great saves, a great run. A minute down for Jack Merkel. We'll see what he can do out here and if he can top the leaderboard for the final show of the season. Nicely done over the van stack. Looks like he might have been going for a slap wheelie there. Not quite the best setup when it comes to landings for a slap wheelie. A nice big leap over the racing lane though. Some of the biggest air we've seen on the racing lane all night as well. We have seen bigger, but again, that's where some of it comes in. Some of the biggest air we've seen on that hit all night. We got another momentum stoppie attempt there. Or maybe he was just trying to get it stopped before the barriers. Who knows? But he's going to go right back for the center with a big sky wheelie up and over it. 20 seconds left on the clock. Burn it down for the fans here in North Dakota. He's going to chuck it into some donuts. We'll see what else he can bring out here. Not much time left on the clock now. I'd love to see him go out with a big move. We'll see what happens here. A little cross thread. Nice. Unintentional downside there. That was kind of clean. Look at this. On the sidewalls. Around and around we go, and down on all fours. Jack Merkel going to close out the run with a 30.63. Not enough for the lead. Solid run. Definitely had a great move to cap off the run. But he's going to throw in some more just for the fans here in Allura Center. Another bicycle. Oh, side to side here again. Jack Merkel keeping it going. Over the box truck, stuffs the front end hard, but it does pop him up onto that slap wheelie that he wanted earlier in the run. Look at this, a little Pauken, and he's going to throw it down on the roof. Jack Merkel, Vorian Prime, already a World Finals qualifier. We'll see him there, but what a way to cap off the season. Great end to that run. Giovana Hayes in Megalodon Fire coming out onto the track next. Only a one-time Dubby Freestyle champion this season, but that came with a double down. And there haven't been many double downs this season. Look at this. Another driver going right for that jammer on the bus stack to kick off the run. Giovana Hayes has held essentially, I mean, not the top spot, but top 5 all season. Since the beginning of the season, show 1, she's been in the top 5, and she has burned it down every show she's been a part of course, aside from the freestyle run that got her points loser and subbed out for Mount Pleasant earlier this season. We'll see what happens here tonight, though, to cap off her season, as she's already passed those first 30 seconds. Nice little leap there over the skills jammer, if you want to call it that. The skills obstacle down there near the red double. Gonna take on the bus stack with some massive air, man. Nearly clearing the entire track. Oh, she does get it stopped there, but with the help of the barrier, so they do shut her off. Just a little unsafe there. 1 minute and 7 seconds left on the clock. Instantly refired, ready to go. The clock will continue when she hits her next move. Gonna go right into the box truck with some big air. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh! One wheel contact brings her back around onto all 4 BKTs. Giovana Hayes looking to lock down another freestyle championship to close out the season. Can she get it done? She needs to burn it down for the rest of this run. I don't know. Oh, wow, little wall ride there from Giovana Hayes. I don't know what else she could bring out. I don't know what's going to be able to top Matthew Hood in Rage, but you need to go big if you want to take a freestyle championship in general. But if you want to top Matthew Hood, you need to go big out here on this track. Looks like she's going to go for a backflip on the opposite side. We haven't seen anybody go for it there. Not the perfect backflip, but she is down on all 4s, able to keep this run going. And she's going to go for another cross thread here and a big hit on the roof. Wow. Ouch. 10 seconds still left on the clock. That's going to be a 30.13, so that's not going to grab the top spot for sure. But it's a short run. You got to expect it. Hopefully everything is good, because I want to see her in the World Finals. She looks like she'll be holding a qualifier spot. We got to see how the points work out. Jim Koehler in Megabyte coming out next. Solid start for this run. Nice bit of air. Taking on the racing lanes, giving us a little lap here on the yellow lane. Our Dubby Racing Champion tonight. We'll see if he can be our Dubby Double Down champion by locking in a freestyle championship in the final show of the season. Little sloppy there on the landing, getting hung up a little bit on the box truck, but he is on all 4s. He is past those first 30 seconds, so we're well on our way to a solid Jim Koehler run. We'll see what kind of score he gets at the end of it, but right now, let's focus on burning it down and filling the clock. Coming around to the bus stack, gonna go for some big air here. Not quite as much as we saw from Giovana Hayes, but Giovanna did get shut off right there, really. Essentially the same timestamp as well. She got shut off at the 107 mark. He got it stopped and was able to keep going at the 107 mark. So we'll see what else Jim Koehler can bring out here. I'm always excited to see how Jim Koehler can perform, whether it's in Avenger or here this season in Megabyte. He's been burning it down again. 2 Dubby Racing Championships, no freestyle championships for him this season. Can he do it tonight to close out the season with a double down? That would be insane. We already had 1 double down to close out the season. Can we get 2 of them is the question. 30 seconds left on the clock for Jim Koehler as he's going to go for the cross thread over the bus stack. He's in trouble here. Down he goes, and that is going to be into the wall. So done. We are closing out this run. 22 seconds still left on the clock there. Wow. What a way to go out, but that is a 26.25, so definitely not a leader there. Jim Koehler, good. He's okay. The truck's on all 4s, but that is a really unsafe hit, so we are going to call it there. Dawson Ryers in Shake Me going to come out next to close out the competition. Our tour leader right now looks like he may be able to hold on to that. We got to see what happens with the points overall, but there's a very, very, very good chance that this is our tour champion for the Indy Madness Tour. I'm going to stop talking about it now. I don't want to jinx him. I want to see a good run living up to the reputation of Dawson Ryers, celebrating 5 fabulous years of Shake Me. He's going to burn it down here in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Going to come right back around for the bus stack. Massive air. Oh my goodness. That has to be the biggest error of the night. Dawson turning it up already, not even past these first 30 seconds. Look at that leap. Nice cross thread. Oh, nicely done. Able to get it down on all fours. 30 seconds down. We will be getting a score for this insane run that we've already been seeing from Dawson Ryers. We'll see if he can cap off the season with another. Oh my goodness. Big stuff on the nose, but we're going to be able to keep going. It's not shut off. Look at this cross thread. Oh my goodness. He's just going nuts out here. He is excited to be in the tour lead for as long as he's held it. He's had an insane season, closing out every single show with double digits in terms of season points. It has been insane for Dawson Ryers this season, and I've loved seeing him out here on the track. Oh, we got another reverse move, similar to what we saw from Kaylin Mauy, this time on the red lane, though. Nicely done, down on all fours, keeping it running. And we got a backflip attempt as well from Dawson. Stuffs the nose again, but he is back down on all fours. 30 seconds left on the clock to close out the season. Dawson Ryers is going to burn it down for the fans. Little slap wheelie there. He's having fun out here on this track, man. Backsides that racing lane, getting him a little ragged edge out here. Another big leap. That landing might get him into some trouble, but no. Still down on all fours, and it looks like he's going to fill the clock as well. Closing out the run. Massive leap one more time for Dawson Ryers. Oh. And he's going to tag the barriers. And now we got one on the nose. We had one on the rear end. Now we got one on the nose. Dawson Ryers going to take the Freestyle Championship to close out the season with a 36.75. Dawson Ryers in Shake Me is your tour champion on the Indy Madness Tour. We'll get a look at the total points in just a minute, and we'll announce our official World Finals 2 qualifying roster for this tour in just a minute. But first, let's get a look at our overall leaderboard for the night. See our podium, see how everyone placed. Look at that. One last look at Shake Me there. 36.75 for Dawson Ryers. 35.13 for Matthew Hood, a great performance. Colt Durham with a 32.88, and Dan Dahlgren, one of his better performances of the season, with a 32.38. George 20D10 with a 31.75. Cory Fisher, 31.38. Darren Migues, 30.86, and Jack Merkel with a 30.63. Kaylin Mauy ends up with a 30.55. Cole Pecka, 30.5. Only 0.05 between the two of those. Giovana Hayes with a 30.13, and Jimmy Creten in Bounty Hunter with a 27. Jim Koehler, 26.25. Chucky Poking, 23.25. Darren Basil with 17.5, and Ed Eckert down at the bottom. Actually, our points loser tonight with 15.63. Wow. Just Shake Me. Dawson Ryers again, our tour champion. He's already qualified, but he breaks the 200s with 201. Jim Koehler in second with 164. Megalodon Giovana Hayes tied with Jack Merkel, 147. Both of those qualifiers now. Giovanna, one of our two final qualifiers for this tour. She makes it into the World Finals, getting a shot at getting Megalodon a second Dubby Racing Championship, a World Championship at that in the World Finals. We'll see how she does. But our final new qualifier, Kaylin Mauy in Jailbird, takes 5th place with 129 for the season. Ed Eckert with 128. He's already qualified. Colt Durham just misses out by 8 points there, 9 points there technically, with 120. And Cory Fisher, unfortunately, not going to get in the World Finals main field, closing out his season with 115 points. Cole Pecka, Amsoil Shock Therapy with 111. The SIR boys right next to each other, 107 for Chucky Poking. Then we got Too Extreme, Jimmy Creten, 99. Matthew Hood, 97, the only Team Scream driver not in the World Finals. Chillin Villain, George 20D10 with 90 points. Dan Dahlgren with 85 for the season. Darren Migues with 70 for the season. And Darren Basil, Blockhead, only 3 points. That is our worst performing sub of the season, unfortunately. And then here's a look at our main field competitors. Shadow ends up in 15th with 83. And Darren Migues in Wolf's Head closes out the season in the bottom spot with only 70 points. Unfortunately, those first 3 substitutions at the beginning of the season really knocked him out of the competition. But if you enjoyed this season on the Indy Madness Tour, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, let me know in a comment down below. Stick around, the World Finals is coming up November 29th through December 1st. You do not want to miss it. Qualifying, last chance qualifier, racing, 2-wheel skills, and freestyle, all in a span of 3 days. It is going to be insane. We're going to have t-shirts, real t-shirts. Yes, you can buy a t-shirt from the ROR SRPS channel in the World Finals on rorsrps.com. We also have some stickers over there. We have lock screens, backgrounds for, desktop, whatever. Check it out, guys. Check out the ROR SRPS website. Also, check out the World Finals 2 hub for all things World Finals. You can learn more about the qualifiers. You can hear about the competitions, everything in the World Finals hub on rorsrps.com. Sam Boyd is not ready for this year's competition. Dawson and Tyler Rayas will be there in the booth with me, commentating everything. It is going to be nuts. Check out the channel partner, Dubby Energy, to close out this episode here. Clean, jitterless energy. They have 10 flavors to choose from in energy powders. They also have some caffeine-free hydration blends, and whatever you like, energy or hydration, you can get 10% off using code RORSRPS at checkout. They have some delicious flavors. My flavor of the day is Beach and Peach, but my favorite flavor is Calio Cream. Don't miss either one of those. Don't miss their limited time flavors. They always have limited time new flavors rotating in and out. Right now, it's Purple Dub Sauce. That's passion fruit. And Grandpa's Denture Water. That is a mango pitaya flavor. They sound delicious. I haven't tried them personally, but check them out, guys. 10% off, code RORSRPS. Thank you for tuning in to Indy Madness this season. It has been nuts. It's been insane. Dawson Ryers, congratulations for the Tour Championship, man. I'll see you in the World Finals. Stick around. All-Star Challenge coming back for the final show next weekend. I'll see you there.